That morning, I stood at the bus stop, staring at the worn-out road beneath my shoes. The city buzzed around me, buses honking, conductors shouting destinations, people rushing to work, but all I could hear was the sound of my own heartbeat. My wallet was empty. My pride was heavier than my hunger. I had lost my job the day before, and though I promised my mother I'd find something, anything, I didn't even have enough money for transport fare to the next interview. I kept pretending to scroll through my phone, acting like I was waiting for someone. Deep down, I just didn't want anyone to see how broken I was. Last seat, the conductor shouted. People rushed forward, squeezing themselves into the already full bus. I stayed back, frozen between shame and desperation. I wanted to ask if I could pay later, but the words wouldn't come. My pride silenced me. Then I heard a calm voice behind me. "Hey, are you going that way?" I turned around. A man stood there, neatly dressed, carrying a brown briefcase. I didn't recognize him. Before I could even answer, he pulled out some money and handed it to the conductor. "I'll pay for him too," he said. I stood there speechless. The world around me seemed to pause. I mumbled a quiet thank you and took a seat beside him, unsure what to say. He didn't look at me right away, just smiled faintly, eyes fixed on the window as the bus began to move. Halfway through the ride, he turned to me and asked, "Rough morning?" That simple question broke the wall I'd built inside. I told him everything. How I lost my job, how I'd been searching for work for months, how I'd walked miles the day before hoping to save fare. He didn't interrupt. He just listened, really listened, like my story mattered. When the bus reached his stop, he reached into his bag and handed me a small business card. "Come see me tomorrow. Maybe I can help." And then he was gone. The next day, I followed the address printed on the card. It led me to a tall office building I'd passed 100 times, but never entered. My heart pounded as I stepped inside. When I finally met him again, he smiled like we were old friends. "Welcome," he said. "Let's see what we can do." He was the HR manager of the company. He offered me a short-term position, just a trial role to see how I performed. I grabbed the chance with both hands. 6 months later, that trial job became a full-time position. I was stable again. I could take care of my family. I could breathe. One afternoon, I visited him in his office with a small gift, a token of gratitude. He laughed softly and said, "You remind me of me years ago. I've been where you were." That day, I realized something powerful. He didn't just pay my fare. He restored my dignity. He gave me back hope when I had none. Now, every time I see someone stranded by the roadside, I remember that morning, the emptiness, the shame, and the stranger who changed it all. And sometimes, without saying a word, I paid the fare for someone else. Because kindness has a way of circling back, one act at a time. Moral: you never know how far one small act of kindness can reach. It might just change someone's life, or yours.